What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from Kpop, and I want to welcome you back for another episode of the Hot Highlights. We are continuing with this month of absolutely epic and gigantic releases by taking a look back at the last week of releases and giving my top 3 songs from the week. So let's get the show started right now. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back for another week. It's been a week. We took a week off last week, but we are back once again with my YouTube channel and getting this series started. This last week saw a pretty busy and big week for JYP Entertainment, with Park Jimin of 15 and making her solo debut, and JYP himself releasing a song as well. So did these two releases make it into my top 3? If they did, where do they stand? You're gonna have to find out right now as we get my top 3 countdown started right now. Naturally, it would be with number 3. Coming in at number 3, we have got Rookie Group. I guess it's a group, it's probably a duo, I'm not entirely sure, but we've got a rookie debut from a group or a performer called the Ark, and their song called The Light. And the reason why this song comes in at number 3 is because I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, how this song is supposed to make me feel, to be completely honest. I watched the music video, I didn't make a reaction video to it like I was intending on doing, but I watched the video and the song itself, the way that it sounds, if I was doing a music video reaction to it, I would have been, probably commenting about how upbeat and happy this song is, which is completely different from what the music video, indicates. But the song is an upbeat, happy, kind of joyous feeling song. But the content, the lyrics, and the video that it goes with is really, 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 really sad. And I watched it, and I was like, we're going through, and I'm like, man, this is a really nice song. I wasn't paying too much attention to the lyrics. And, every once in a while I was taking a look at what the lyrics were that were in the subtitles. And then, of course, we're going through, and we hit the turning point, I guess you could say, in the story of the song in the video. And I was like, oh no, that's not good. That wasn't the way that I was expecting it to go. And, by the time that it was done, I was just sitting there and I was like, I wanted to cry at one point. I mean, I wanted to cry, and at the other side, I was like, it's not really kind of the point of the song, I don't really know, like the feelings, the emotions that the song stirred up inside of me were conflicted. On one hand, I wanted, it's kind of supposed to be like a happy song, but on the other side, it's about a really, really sad thing that just happened. And, it left me conflicted. I wanted to cry, but on the other hand, I just couldn't because of the happy sound and feeling that the song had. So it's a really interesting thing to do as a rookie debut, but I'm glad that they did it. So, the Ark in at number 3. Let's move on to number 2. Coming in at number 2, we have got, of course, San-E and his newest song called Love You Hater. And this is not really the kind of song that I would particularly like. This is not my style of hip hop, but the reason why I love this song and I'm rating it as my number 2 release of the week is all about the meaning and the symbolism and the imagery that was used in the music video. Now, I explained it all a bit in my music video reaction, but if you haven't seen it, which you probably should watch it, I'm just gonna suggest you should watch my videos. We're gonna break it down. What I liked, the symbolism, the guy with the paper bag on his head with the eyes all over it, right? It's like that guy is supposed to be his hater. Is his hater, are his haters, with all the eyes watching him do everything he does, because of course the haters, are constantly watching you and picking apart everything that you do and saying that everything that you do is wrong. And of course, the paper bag and all that stuff makes them anonymous as well, because you can't see their face. So they're protected by, being anonymous, which allows them to just, you know, constantly watch and scrutinize and, you know, critique you on everything you do. And it is constant. It doesn't ever stop. The haters keep beating you, which is the whole, like, the guy with the plastic or the paper bag guy has Sunny tied up to a chair and he's just beating the shit out of him with a baseball bat. That's what haters do, right? That is a really, really good depiction of, you know, the haters. And you know, I've never seen, obviously, I personally have never ever seen something like that in my entire life. And I really, really enjoyed it. And on the other hand, right, the lyrics of the song, they're rough, they're abrasive. It's not like a smooth flow. It is just really, really, you know, jagged and sharp and just mean. And that again is, you know, just like how people react when people get criticized and all that stuff by people that are, you know, they're haters. It's not, they're not like, oh, well, thank you for your words, I really appreciate them. They're like, fuck you, I hate that, you know, right? And that's that whole, you know, feeling, that whole, like, you know, the aggressive lash out that you want to do and feel from, you know, facing hater criticism like that is perfectly displayed in just the sound and the flow of the lyrics in this song. So I mean, overall, just like the message of the song, you know, just, you know, say, it's like, who cares? Be mad at your haters, right? Be mad at them for being, you know, for criticizing you constantly, but take that and turn that into something productive and be, you know, fantastic. Just, you know, come up with something great. And I really, really, really like that. And the way that it was portrayed and the imagery and the sound and all that stuff is just absolutely fantastic. So Sunny at number 2, who's going to be at number 1? I bet you could probably guess. You already know this, but let's just find out and confirm it right now. Of course, naturally, it would have to be Girls' Generation in at number 1 for me. If you watched my music video reaction, you know that the video and the song just blew me away. They left me with, like, not really very many words to say because I was just absolutely impressed. So we got to give a little history on my previous experiences with Girls' Generation. I got into K-pop back in like 2013-ish. And the only release, or the first release that I got to experience from them, you know, that I was, you know, actively following this genre of music was I Got a Boy. And from I Got a Boy on until now, I wasn't particularly impressed by Girls' Generation. I never liked them. I've never been into them. You know, I can't deny that all of their previous songs are, you know, pretty good, but I just don't really pay too much attention to the group as a whole. I never have. I went into this expecting another, you know, like song that was like, you know, that's pretty good. I can't deny it's pretty good, but it just isn't really my thing. It hasn't done anything to get me into the group. But we watched this music video and the choreography and just the sound of the song, just all of it combined. And I was like, wow, this is, all right, so I'm taking notes. We are paying attention to Girls' Generation for the, you know, for their next release. We're definitely going to be keeping an eye out for it. We're going to be excited for it. I'm going to be excited for it for sure. And this is, at least from my experience, I'm sure that a lot of people, although I'm seeing a lot of comments around that are saying that this is not a good song, that people don't like it for various reasons, you know, but in my opinion though, this is the best Girls' Generation release that in the last 3 or 4 years. Definitely the best release that I have ever, you know, been around and actively following K-pop that, you know, that's happened in my time. And, you know, it's just, I mean, it really is good. You know, SM Entertainment, you know, Girls' Generation, scandal in 2014, Jessica got kicked out of the group. I was really hoping, I was saying, you know, I said, you know, when it happened, or, you know, a few months after it happened, you know, that I'm waiting for, you know, Girls' Generation, they're going to take probably an extended break, you know, from music or from a release, which I believe is what happened, because for reasons, we'll talk about that in a separate video. But, you know, they're going to take an extended break, they're going to regroup, and then they're going to come back and they're going to punch everyone in the face, and we're going to be like, Girls' Generation, we're back, we're here. You know, we're not dead because a group or a member got kicked out of the group or a member left the group. None of that stuff. We are Girls' Generation. We are the best girl group in the genre, and we are here to stay, and we are going to tell everybody that they are. They came out with a I don't know, they came out with a point to prove, and I think that they did prove it although this, to me at least, but to a lot of other people, they're not really feeling it. But you know, personal opinions and stuff like that, everyone has them. You know, you might not like it, but I love it. So yeah, Girls' Generation in at number 1. I mean, how could I deny the top girl group in K-pop the number 1 spot? I don't know, but you know, if they, depending on who else they competed against in a week, they could have fallen to like 2 or 3, obviously. Who knows? But obviously, as you saw there, neither of the JYP artists made it into the top 3. Park Jimin, it was Park Jimin and the Ark were basically tied to be the number 3's choice for me. I mean, Park Jimin's song is so fantastic, it's so low key in every aspect that, you know, it's more of a focus on the story about the song, which is, I really like it. It's a bit heartbreaking and sad, but it's also, you know, kind of a bit, I don't know. You know, it's one of those, you know, stories where you kind of feel a bit conflicted about the way that you're supposed to feel about it, just a tiny bit. But, you know, instead of focusing on the song and all that stuff, you focus more on the story because it's so, like, you know, stepped back with the instrument track and the vocal track. They don't really highlight each other, or there isn't one that stands out over the other. So Park Jimin is fantastic. Easily could have been number 3 for me, but it just isn't. And JYP, his song is not bad, but the only thing that I've got going for it is it's just fun, and the music video is a bit silly. And there's a lot of ass in the music video. That's really all it's got going for me. So that is why JYP wasn't even considered for a top 3 spot. So yeah, there you go. That's my top 3 releases of the last week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to hear what your top 3 releases of the last week were. Put your responses down in the comments below, because I really, really want to hear what you think. Also, get connected with me on social media. You can follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, ask me questions on Ask FM. You can follow me on Instagram and message me on KakaoTalk. The links to those profiles are down in the description below. And that is going to be it for this episode of The Hot Highlights. As always, I want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.